Hello, hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Here we are inside of our Abundant Entrepreneurs group on our Facebook. By the way, we also have our group on LinkedIn as well. So this is our main group on Facebook, and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we're welcome all our members and our Abundant Entrepreneurs coming to on our Facebook Live. We're sharing our new message about every week. Every Momentum Monday has a new episode. Today we're talking about build your organic list. How many of you is confident about your list, about your needs, about your potential customers? How many of you actually raise your hands or feel free to comment under my video? Let me know. Be honest with you, okay? So many of us, right? We did a survey before of all our members. Many of you responded, and the top challenges, many of you maybe shared in different languages, right? But all of them are quite similar. Some of you are maybe like challenged with let's get a continuous needs, right? Or like a potential customers. Some of you eventually all the business, the number one challenge is like where to get your next customer, right? And or get more customer or continuous customers. And some people would say, oh, how to get my message to be heard, to be seen by my potential customers, or how to get more engagement from my community or from my let's say list, right? Some of you maybe send some emails and you did not get much response, or maybe some of you started your community, like new group, but not so many people are really engaging. Oh, where to find those right people to invite into my community, right? And all these questions actually is fundamentally is similar. This challenge is like how to grow your especially organic list. And some of you maybe like you say, oh, I would like to buy some ads, right? To buy ads and do ads and get more like traffic, get more leads. And that's a way. That's a great way if you have budget. For majority entrepreneurs, and especially for our coaches, right? And if you are at your whatever stages, even at the beginning or like a middle stages, before you become that kind of a super successful or like have more budget, everyone wants to have organic. And it's not just to save money, but it's also to build up that kind of a connection. Using the money to buy traffic. By the way, here I will just show you this. This is Traffic Secrets. This month we are reading by Russell Brunson. This is an underground playbook for creating, like for filling your websites and funnels with your dream customers. And he's been talking about like majorly two different traffics. One is the traffic you earn. Another one is traffic you let's say you earn and you control. He said you control. It's just actually it's like you pay the money and you target audience. That's some traffic you control. Okay. Another way is like earn is like more organic way is through your Dream 100 partners, and through the partners you like increase your leads and followers, and that's like a more scalable way. But here today we're also talking about organic way including organic traffic by yourself, and also including that through your potentially partners and Dream 100. Okay, that's a more ideal way if you can build more of your Dream 100 partners to let them help promote you, so that you could scale better. You can reach organically more potential customers and ideal needs from their networks, right? So you want to get help to reach. But at the very beginning, before you really have your Dream 100, Dream 100 is not very easy to actually to build. For example, I now have dozens of them, but even like Russell, he did all this kind of practice 3 years to get hundreds of them. But he would say around 30% of them really want to promote you, or it's like at the right time to promote you, right? And sometimes you may be competitors with some of even your Dream 100. And for example, Russell Brunson and Tony Robbins, Dean Gurusasi, especially for Tony Robbins, Russell used over 10 years, he said decades, to really build that kind of a connection and eventually get Tony Robbins to help promote him. But that's until after Russell has already built up a big stage, like a big platform. He already personally by himself attracted like hundreds of thousands, even like millions of audience. And that's when, like in his words, it's like his platform, his shoe. until you have that kind of an impact. You know, those big players do not want to play with you, right? Who wants to like give their networks or give their audience to you? So it's like you need to build Dream 100. But before that, okay, yeah, that definitely needs more efforts. That's like more efforts, but in one way, it's the best for your business to expand and to scale. Okay, and it's like that's like a in a draft in a chart. I say Russell draw that is just like a linear growth. If you keep growing your Dream 100 partners, keep growing their connections, and eventually get more and more, even though I know the percentage is not super high, but eventually get more, right? So you need to build that base. So that's one way. Another one is paid traffic. You need a budget, right? You need to get some certain success to have the budget and also have the knowledge and hire the experts to really do the targeted traffic for you, do the advertisement either on Facebook or on Google or on YouTube, right, to really buy the traffic. So those two are all both great. And Russell mentioned about the third traffic, and actually that traffic is from the result of the first two traffic. That's the traffic you own, right? So you need to first earn by developing your Dream 100, and then you buy, you control the traffic like by paying money to get the ads. So those two, you get people into your leads, and then that list is the traffic you can own. So now, for example, you own some, no matter it's a bigger or smaller kind of a list, that's your own list, right? You do not need to worry about all the social media will someday either close the door or get some technical trouble or whatever, right? Due to the competition. Sometimes those, I know Facebook is so far is okay, and Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, those ones, right, has been, let's say, quite growing through all these years. And we don't know in the near future, if some of them may be replaced or not. But you know that in social media, there's always like a new trend. And now AI is coming, right? We don't know. Maybe that will innovate the social media even more. But anyway, so you do not want to just have your social media presence or social media, even community is not enough, right? Because it's still depending on the third party kind of platforms. So you want to have your own lists. So through the first two traffics, like traffic you earn by Dream 100, you need time, energy, and really building that connection to win their trust and win their time and also their efforts promote you with your, let's say, your assets, with your efforts, with your that kind of impact to contribute to the value, the similar value to them, okay, for you to have that kind of earned traffic. So that's a lot of efforts. And then the traffic you control, you buy in, right? And then get your traffic you own. So that's the logic so far, like in the long run, how in the big picture you should develop your business traffic or your business assets and lists. Now, there are some other ways you can hack to really get, like for example, now you're just by yourself, okay? You're a solopreneur, you're a coach, and you do not have that kind of a Dream 100 yet, and you do not have a good enough big platform yet, okay, to really win so many like partners, and you do not have budget to do the, do all this advertisement or buy the traffic. Now, what's the easiest way you can do? Okay, you are just by yourself, and you can do the organic traffic, the basic organic traffic. It's not like a Dream 100, but it's a basic organic traffic. It's by yourself. Like you can through your publishing, okay? Every day they create great content and publishing. This is even recommended by all these great masters, those big impact ones like Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Dean Gross Assay, Ed Manet, Myron Golden, all those great ones, okay, who are like thought leaders who are making real impact there. Instead of some marketers may tell you, oh, you do not need to create content. You just like do, for example, some webinars. Oh, they will tell you all kinds of secrets, right? Eventually, it's just something like webinars. Like you do webinar in whatever kind of a way they teach you their structures, right? It's just like use that way to attract your ideal potential clients and do the webinar and convert them. And convert them, especially they teach you high tickets, right? Like it's like charge each one $10,000 or more than that, and so that you can get rich quick, and you just need to serve dozens of customers. and so for you to get $1 million. Okay, so that's quite some marketers will teach you, but the real successful ones, impactors and store leaders, they will teach you to contribute the values. Okay, focus on the values you can create there. And especially for our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, our coaches here, we are here, that's our passion, that's how we feel fulfilled, right? We want to impact other people's lives, we want to change, transform other people's lives. So we are here not just to make quick money. Of course we want money, everybody wants money, right? That's a great energy and also great like I say reflection and of what the values you are contributing, but also it's not direct equal to value, I have to say. Okay, some people maybe make a big money, but not necessarily that much money, that much value. But some other people may not make so much money, but they are contribute a lot of values. Okay, so do not equal value, don't equal value to money. I don't personally do not do that. It's just similar to like do not equal money to success or success to money. Okay, money is just part of a measurement, but not all. Okay, so even though you're not making enough great money, do not feel like ashamed that you are not contributing values. You can quite some non-profit people, right? They're not making money, and they are volunteering their time, their energy, their love, and passion to really help other people. I respect and salute to those people so much because they do not like put money as their first and top like measurement. And we are here as well, so we definitely want to make more money. That's why we're talking about getting more customers, but at the same time value is more important. Okay, and that's where we get fulfillment. Even though you get multiple millions dollars, right, that not necessarily make you feel fulfilled. So like Tony Robbins said, success without fulfillment, it's a failure. Okay, it's the ultimate failure. So he always liked to use Robin Williams, right, and the famous actor, and he was super successful in many areas, but eventually he ended up like a suicide, kill himself, and that's such a tragedy. And so many people loved him, so many people loved his performance, loved his all this kind of and movies he and other projects he engaged, but he was not fulfilling. He's not, of course there's some like a medical issue or like a health issue. But that's the biggest pity. He's super successful, a lot of money, billionaires, but he's still not feeling happy and fulfilling, and he killed himself. So that's why we're not here just for money. We want to make money, and so that, and not just for money to make us feel more successful, but also to use the money to help more other people. But the more important here, we're talking about the values we want to contribute. Okay, so that's why we want to use our great content, and at the same time to contribute values, at the same time to create traffic, okay, and to create organic traffic. That's today we are focusing on. Later, of course, when you get more money, you can do the targeted, like a more like a controllable traffic. That's where you can go. And in Russell's words, is ideally integrate both. Okay, integrate both of like Dream 100 to earn your traffic, and also use the money to buy traffic to quickly increase your traffic and your needs. But that's not like a long-term way. Okay, you should integrate both to use. And today we talk about the organic traffic, what we can do today. Just today, for example, without Dream 100, without a budget to run the ads, what could we do? Okay, we do not need to wait till we build up some platform, till we get our Dream 100 partners, till we have money to invest. Okay, we can do that today. Okay, so that's what I will share with you today. Okay, there's some basic ways, like I mentioned, you can publish great content based on your niche. By the way, if you still have problem have a lack of clarity about your ideal niche, about your unique niche, okay, the impactful niche, contact me, let me know. Comment under this video, let me know, because we have the great teaching to help our customers, our clients to clarify 100% crystal clear about their niche and ultimate purposeful and profitable niche. And that's a great foundation for you to create content. Okay, you do not want to create any content or like blind or aimless content, right? You want to create a strategic, attractive content that's based on your purposeful and profitable niche to attract your right needs and right potential customers into your world, so that you can better serve them. Okay, so that's a foundation first part. And then you create content. The content could be like a strategic, right, based on your niche, and also have the hook story offer kind of a structure that's in Russell's words. I do not like to use a hook, right? Because for our coaches, we don't like just hook people. So I would prefer to use like a 3A's model. 3A, like A, the first A is aspiration. That's like where you inspire people and get people's attention actually. That's the first one is actually attention. Catch people's attention. And that's similar to Russell said, a hook, but it's not really a hook, right? We want to catch people's attention so we could help them instead of just like fishing, okay, to get their money. That's more like a marketer's description. So, but I fully respect Russell, okay? All his teaching is quite strategic. It's very genuine from his heart to serve people. It's just the terminology, personal preference. So I use first attention, catch people's attention, right? You want people now, attention span is just 7 seconds. Do you know that? Like in 90s, 30 years ago, attention span is around 20 minutes. Now it's just 7 seconds. Everything is about short, for example, short video, everything is like short, right? Just catch people's attention in that first, like for example, your headline, your like subjects, right, or your titles, the email titles or the post subject, and then is the image. From the image, how you can. So that's why always people use whenever post you want to add some picture, and also for those videos you want to add a thumbnail, right? Thumbnail with great, outstanding, bold, big title, and brief, precise title, okay, and to catch people's attention. And also with those pictures, images, and sometimes people would like to use different kind of expression, whatever kind of like just like a thing, right? Create something. It's just like a performer. To use a performance to catch people's attention. All right, so I'm still like improving myself, not so exaggerated yet. I need actually, I know every successful people should have some like that kind of a dramatic and performance talents inside of it to be creative. Anyway, just be creative. And another side is like for example, your video. At the beginning, a few seconds of your video, you need to catch people's attention. So those ones as a first, like that's a attention part, okay? And then is aspiration. That's where you would share your story, share like things that will connect emotional with people, and help them to really have that kind of a touched. Their heart will be touched, or some kind of emotions will be just like be moved, and they will have that connection. They will have a resolution with you, especially. So that's why storytelling. The second part is really storytelling. That's the key, and that's also Russell is so great at it. But that's through, he's an introvert, by the way. And me too, actually. I'm a loud introvert. So many people don't know. They said, oh, you're like an extrovert, but I know. But in my heart, I'm introvert. I do not like big like social events to just like hang around or go to any bar, or like I could read my book for hours. I could stay in the park by myself working hours. Okay, that's actually typical introvert. But I love to connect people, to connect and serve people, and that's why. And I need to become a loud introvert, right, to serve people. So, but doesn't matter. Whatever we need to learn to tell stories. Like Russell, introvert, but he's now through dozens of years. Like even though he look young, right, but he's been doing business over 20 years. Can you imagine that? And he started since he was in high school. I forgot high school or in the college. So in his 18 or 19, and Tony Robbins similar, right? Started his business really like around 19 or 17 years old. They started to learn all this like seminar stuff. So starting early is great, but no matter how old you are, we always have the potential, because we have the creativity inside of us. We can release. We're always a child, always, no matter how old you become. Okay, even in your 80s, 90s, we still have the child inside of ourselves. And the only thing is that if we give the chance for our child to release, unleash our child, okay, unleash our child, and get the opportunity to express our creativity and to share the stories. Stories is the best way to build up connections to, let's say today, let me say, what is my stories? Actually, I started my coaching business 14 years ago. Quick story, okay, here I just want to share some quick story. I started my coaching business 14 years ago after I lost my job from a Fortune 100 company. That's during the last financial crisis. And many of us people were struggling during that time to find what's their next job, right? It's not very easy to find another Fortune 100. But my major reason was I do not feel fulfilled. I did not feel like a big values there. I did not feel happy. So I decided to take that chance. I lost my job. I take that chance to really find what's the purposeful thing, what's meaningful for my life, how I could better serve people, and at the same time feel happy and right, and to use my best gifts. So I started and used the 6 weeks, 6 months actually, 6 months eventually from the beginning to after I make the final decision. I actually started to learn philosophy, practical philosophy in Manhattan quite soon after I lost my job. So I just started a life quest during that break time, and that's a luxurious time. I became a mother with 2 kids during that time already. My second baby is only half a year. So it's great for me to stay at home, take good care of them, and at the same time do the search and research, and also I get help from a few career coaches from the replacement package from my previous Fortune 100 company. So that's the thing, I'm so grateful for them. So those career coaches and through my search as well. And I did this kind of a purposeful and passion discovery, this kind of process. And I figured out something more comprehensive than those coaches were teaching me. Right? I developed my way and more comprehensive and more effective way to discover the deep purpose and the passion and gifts. And that helped me to find the coaching. Actually, the way is the ideal way for me to empower other people, to inspire other people. So I didn't decide not to become a career coach, by the way, but I prefer to become during that time, it's like a life coach. I call myself a happiness coach to help people discover their purpose, their passion, and their call to what's their gifts as well to fulfill in their life, to start to do what they love to do. So I started my coaching on that, and then I got my coaching certificate from New York University, and also graduated from the practical philosophy school. And then I started my coaching business. Started as an entrepreneur and never looked back. So that's the best decision. It's the best transformation in my career and also for my life as well. Because since then, every day I've been learning, growing not just as a coach, as a person. And better than ever, I first time started consciously live every day instead of just like a machine, right? Commute by the subway to go to Manhattan to work. Even working for the Fortune 100 company is a great place, close to just next street to Wall Street, and the beautiful places. But still, then only after all those 13 years previous corporate experiences, I did not feel I was conscious. I was on the track. Sounds like the right track, but I was not consciously living. I was not on that kind of a conscious kind of a pursuit, and I was not on my call until I became a coach, a happiness coach. I had been, since then till now, I have been on my call, on my purpose, every day. And every day I've been learning. This is now my real learning. Previously I had been learning excellently on knowledge, or skills, right? All those things prepare me for career, for corporate, for companies, as an employee. And now as an entrepreneur, as the owner of my own business, as a coach to help many others, I found my learning, everything's conscious, and every day is aligned with my purpose. Every day, morning and night, I do my abundance meditation, fully aligned. By the way, at my back, you can see that. That's my vision board there as well, hand on the wall. My vision board, every day I'm aligned with my vision, with my purpose, with my passion. So for 14 years now. And that's my story. And here now, I also, of course, as an entrepreneur, I had so many ups and downs, and especially on this part, today the topic, how to get a continuous leads and clients, where I also struggled, how to get paid, I had money initially, right? Money mindset blocks, and I was not so good at charging people, and all these kind of challenges, right? How to create good content, how to figure out my niche and clarify my purposeful and profitable niche, and how to for example, do public speaking, how to get on my YouTube, right? Run my channel, and also how to run my abundant entrepreneurs community, how to get my tribe and community. Everything I learned through this journey. And more, I figured out, and also especially invest in myself. I invest $270,000. So can you say that is a Florida's vacation house? I always joke with that. I invest my vacation house on my personal growth and on my business growth. So that's totally worth it. And that's where I am now. So confident to share with you this message, and so passionate to help you as well. to really turn your passion into prosperity, and to create your launch your profitable business. And especially this business is for transform other people's lives and to align with your purpose, passion. So through all this, because of those challenges, right, I had a similar challenge like you, and where to find my next customer, how to get paid, and how to use the content to attract other people's attention, right? How to get my messages to be heard, and how to engage people's like in our community. So that's all the similar challenges I had through this 14 years journey, not very long, but also not short as well, right? I know that, for example, Tony Robbins and the best mentors I learned from, Tony Robbins has been in coaching industry for 45 years, Dean Gross-Assi 25 years, and Ed Manet also another over 10 years, and Myron Golden dozens of years as well. All these famous ones, Russell Brunson, also like ClickFunnels already 10 years. So, and he's in business over 20 years as marketers and also as an entrepreneur. So all those great masters I've been learning, all of them have dozens, each one of them has dozens of years of entrepreneurship and experience. So that's where I learn and grow. So to overcome all these kind of challenges by one, and that's why today I know that, like we mentioned, what's the real like secret to business. Russell mentioned it's traffic. It's actually the traffic is traffic you own. How you can have a continuous ideal needs and clients. You need to have this for business to. That's the bottom line. You can see like what's this? That's basically the blood, right? There's the blood of the blood and the life of the business. Without continuous traffic, without continuous ideal needs into your business, and then the ideal customers conversion, right? Your business could not survive. So many businesses get out of business even from the first year, right? The startups fail. Majority of them fail because initially they say because their products are not needed by the customers, because like they are not clarified with their niche and their product is not competitive in the market. They lack of that kind of a connection with their ideal market, right? That's from a niche thing as well, and how to create these continuous needs into their business. That's also the key, right? So that's why today we're talking about this: build your organic needs. That's the foundation. Okay, yes, you can later have money, or you can burn money. All those like VC companies that burn money with all those like angel capitals to buy traffic. Okay, and many of them later maybe never get the investment back because they burn too much, and like they burn too much money, right? And it did not really create that kind of a bloodline to generate continuous customers. But here instead we're teaching you use just organic way. You can gradually build your traffic, but it's not the only way, right? Eventually you want to have your Dream 100 partners to help you. Eventually you want to invest in the advertisement to grow quicker, right? So but this stage we focus on how you can every day accumulate your needs until you build a great foundation. This great foundation will support you to have the conversation with those Dream 100 and who will value you and then think that you have assets, you have the value to them, right? So that today we want to share with you some basic ways. Like when you clarified your niche and when you are sharing content, right, strategic content, always remember that we've already shared, like the first one is attention, the second one is aspiration, and the last one is what? It's call to action. It's also the A, call to action. Okay, the action. You want to get people into action. Whatever messages, whatever posts you put there. Initially, I remember years ago, I did not know that. I was just want to contribute. So I was sharing all this great content and contribute. I forgot to call people into action, right? That's a big waste. And then I learned that lesson. And then always at the end of your messages, of your call, okay, of your attention and aspiration, you want to get people into your network. Okay, then you need to give them the call to action. Allow them to take the action. Okay, either you call them to, for example, today I share this. I call people to join our abundant entrepreneurs group. That's one call. You could ask people to, and later I remind them and ask them to sign up to my e-newsletter to get in our loop. Right? That's another kind of a call to action. And by the way, that's very important. Now I remind myself, especially after I read Russell's this traffic. The traffic you own, remember, you want eventually all those things, traffic, whatever business like traffic you are like a buzz, right? You're creating in the market. Eventually, want to get people into your list, and that's the traffic you own. So never forget that. So that's a lesson I'm also now learning, because I used to have call people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or get into my community, right, on Facebook. All those ones are still on third parties platform, like you are depending on Facebook or YouTube. If they are have any problems, you lose all your traffic, right? You lose all your like your people and assets. So that's why eventually all those buzz, right, or attention stuff, you want to get people eventually into your list, that things you control. Okay, so that's why now I'm adding this part. I'm inviting people to get into my e-newsletter. And another great way, okay, is through lead generation. Okay, that's user lead magnet. Today we will talk more about this, how we can quickly generate today, okay, a lead magnet. Even though you're not so technical, you do not have a fancy system. Okay, I do have ClickFunnels. I've been using it for 7 years, I think, and I could easily create like overnight a funnel, a lead generation funnel, professional look. But today now I'm teaching you, if you do not have this system, don't worry, we will hack it, and today we can create something immediately. Use all these free resources. Okay, so stay with us. And now let me quickly see if there's anybody in the comment. By the way, if you are watching the live, welcome to comment under our video. Okay, let us know, where are you now, what's your biggest challenge, and what's your inspiration from what we are sharing. Okay, so let's have some like live interactions. And even though you are maybe watching this replay, I know later I will repurpose this on my YouTube channel, everywhere, LinkedIn and Twitter or Instagram, any place, or other places on Facebook. And you feel free to comment under video as well. Okay, let's have a conversation. I always check all those comments because I got that from a notification, and I will have the conversation with you, okay, when we could better serve you. So today is like how we can quickly, this is a great way, all this call to action, remember there's 3 parts, right? The last part, all the call to action. And you share your lead magnet. If you have a system like ClickFunnels, right, you would share your lead magnets, lead generation funnel links, right, to get people to get in, to sign in their email and exchange for whatever like a lead magnets you would give them, either some downloads or ebook, and any kind of a cheat sheet, and some whatever kind of things you can give away, okay, from your niche. Something easy to create, but it's still valuable and for people to download, and that's a great way for you to connect to their connect emails. I used to have, for example, there's a different way of lead generation. Could have like downloadable stuff, right, and including ebook or all this kind of templates or whatever, like things, simple things people can download, and or some lists, right, and then it's like a challenge types of funnels. Now it's very popular. Like remember, like every year, I know Tony Robbins and Dean Gorsasi, they will do a challenge. I always attend that. Normally it's in the first quarter of the year, and they only run once a year, the challenge, and then other times they would focus on serve people or use other ways to get them. So that's challenge funnel. And another way could be the quiz, right, a quiz funnel. And there are quite some different ways to really generate the market. And also like a Russell Brunson, they has a lot of ways, a little bit similar to the first one, like a free download, but not really free download. That's more called like they call it like tripwire, or like a free book, physical book, okay, free book plus shipment. So they give free book, they publish book like this Traffic Secrets. By the way, we have the link. If you check our daily reading, we have the free link to get the free copy. You just pay around like a $7 or $8 of shipment, and that's the greatest one. Okay, that's the greatest one, and really because people will receive a physical book, and at the same time you get shipment money, and normally that can break even at the front end. Not, but the book maybe cost a little bit more, but at least you will not lose so much money, right? And then at the back end of the funnel, they will like upsell people and eventually make profit. So that's a great one, okay, than just the normal lead generation, because normally you do not make any money, but this kind of free book shipment kind of funnels, you do make some money, okay, or even break events at the front end and make profits at the back end. So that's some kinds of funnels you can use. But today, like we said, today you do not need to even create a funnel, right? But it's not really like a technical funnel, but we still have some funnel. It's like a free funnel, okay, without a technical system like that. Just use social media, free platform, okay? And here's how you can do it. And by the way, let me say how many I've already shared. A little, so your community, right? You can, another way is you can invite people into your community. Like you build up a Facebook group, like we have Abundant Entrepreneurs group. It's free. You can also create a group on LinkedIn. It's also for free, right? You invite people in, and when you invite people in on Facebook, I know you can ask questions. On LinkedIn, so far you could not. But on Facebook, when you ask questions, you could provide some valuable stuff. Ask people to leave their, when they answer a question, leave their email address so that you could send them some free stuff. You see, that's the simplest funnel, right? So just use a free social media, and there you get people's email list, and then that's to increase your organic list. And another way is like today, the lead magnet, you do not need the technical one. How do we do that? For example, on Facebook, just through your post, okay? Because post is so easy. We can post anytime, unlimited time, as long as you want, right? I know some of those crazy masters, they even hire people remotely, from those far east, like southeast VAs to help them post, so that they have almost like 24 hours of post. Some crazy ones, they post at least like 12 times. For example, Grant Cardone. Check Grant Cardone. I know he's a great marketer, not my type, but at least he's good at marketing, very good at marketing. And he's like, for example, his team is posting for him, including US team and also like maybe Philippine team, right? I don't know which specifically, but international team. So they have the time difference is totally covered 24 hours. Every 2 hours or 3 hours, they have some posts. So that's like a 12, at least a 12. Some of those crazy one, I forgot what's his name. He's very into like a content, and almost like every hour he's creating something. His team is creating something. Of course, by yourself, you will be exhausted, right? So he had some team. But at the beginning, if you're just by yourself, I would say ideally 3 times a day, okay? Like morning, afternoon, evening, okay? So, and you can handle it, and you will not feel exhausted. And sometimes I feel very excited to share some great content through the different time, okay? 3 a day is normally is like quite a great pace for you, and you can still handle it, and you can still get some. But you will say, oh, what can I share? What kind of inspirations I may out of ideas of a content, right? By the way, that's where I can invite you, or later I could share the link. That's a great example here. Okay, so I can use either my ClickFunnels formal funnel, or I can share the funnels, okay, funnel link here. Also, I could ask you organically, just direct DM me, okay, because that's like on the social media, it's so easy to DM me, use the messenger function for free. DM me with your email address, so I will send you for example, my content creator for free for you. So if you are running out of your content ideas and you don't know what to share every day, even for one time, right? And many of you, like even every week, just occasionally you run something or you get excited and you share. And it's not reliable, it's not consistent at all, okay? So many of you, I saw that you are not present every day, and you are not presenting enough every day in the market. Of course, how could you complain that your message is not heard by people? Because you are not making them hear you or see you, okay? So you need to create that more opportunities to expose yourself and let people hear you or see you to try to find you, okay? Of course, you need to have the call to action. So today I want to use both examples to show you. If you have a formal like a ClickFunnels, by the way, DM me, okay? DM me. I could send you like affiliate link how you can get a 14 days free trial of ClickFunnels. That's where you can, and I could also share with you how you can get a way to get our shared funnel and help you to quickly create your funnel as well. You'll need a generation funnel. That's a fundamentals. The first steps you should want to do, okay? I could share with you my content creator, this kind of a free tool. It's a lead magnets. This lead funnels link quite soon after my video. I will share it in the comment. And also another way, organic way, when you do not have a ClickFunnels and other funnel, formal funnel, you could say, ask people, just simply DM me. I will send this to you with your email address, okay? DM me with your email address, I will send to you, okay? This both I will share with you. So you get examples, how to use both professional way like more technical way, right? Systematic way, and how to use organic way. Save money just for free. Everything uses social media's free function, okay? And also, by the way, you can use, for example, Zoom is a great tool, right? You can host your webinar. Last time, 2 weeks ago, yeah, we shared about a perfect webinar hack. You do not even need to use like a professional like a funnel and a webinar platforms, right, to do your webinar anymore. Now it's like, thank God, compared with almost 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it's so complicated, right? All these kind of different platforms you need to integrate. And now it's just simply share a post, tell people what kind of webinars you want to do, and then once they send you the email address, right, DM you with email address, you send them the room link, and then voila, you can do the webinar for them. Okay, so everything is like free, and you get email. Okay, so that's all these organic ways you can get emails. Okay, use like sounds like a lead generation kind of let's say, let me give a better name, lead generation posts. This is organic way, right? Leads generation posts and leads generation webinar. All those ones use organic way. Okay, so you see now the hacks how you can, without a formal like a system complicated, even though you just start your coaching business today. Okay, and by the way, we have the way how to help our clients just launch your business literally within 30 days or even quickly within 7 days. Use all this kind of hacking way, organic way. I can teach you just within 7 days to launch your business. Okay, and now even though my programs said like 90 days, I give people the most time because we want to teach you all this solid foundation, help you to discover what's your purpose, what's your dream, what's your passion, what's your gifts, what's your purposeful, profitable niche. And then from there, how to create your offer, how to create your content, and create your community, and how to create your system. We teach everything and to help you build a solid foundation in that 90 days. But if you really want to launch quickly, we help you to launch within 7 days and then use the rest time to figure out all those components. You got it? So it's literally depends on how fast you want to get it. But all this kind of organic way we're talking about, organic like lead generation posts, you share some great content and call to action, give people a link. Either if you even have a link, right, just a DM you, right, DM you with their email address, you will send your like free copy, like something you just use words and turn that into PDF file, and with your knowledge, right, that's the easiest lead magnet. And use just a post to get people's like a DM, to get like a messenger, right, to get people's email address, and then you can send that copy to them. So don't make it so complicated. Okay, it's a very simple organic way. And then like I mentioned also, like another post talking about your webinar, and use this webinar as your lead magnet, right, to attract people and to get their DM email address, and then send them a Zoom to have your webinar. All these simple ways. So today, like I said, if you want the content creator for free, I do have that, both funnel and also just simply DM me with your email address. I will give this free copy for you. Okay, I will just help you to register and get your free copy. All right, you will receive that by your email. So simple, right? And even though I have a system to automatically run for me, and you could just currently be simply your own system to manually send to people as well. That's what we said. Okay, this earlier 3A structure. You share, you get people's attention. Like today we talk about the build your organic list. Quite some people get attention, join our group, and join our abundant entrepreneurs group. That means I got new traffic, right? And some of them shared my email address. So then I will follow up. Their email address will be registered into our system, and they will receive our welcome and our free tool. Because I ask them to answer like with their email, because we will give them like a content creator, for example, right? And then you share a story, and then you call to action. Eventually the goal, remember, okay, so always get people into the traffic you own, get into your list, and your list is eventually your assets, and that's your value. Without the list, you're not really like a business owner. Okay, you do not own it. Like, because if you depend on all the social media now, for example, I have 2,000 almost like 2,600 of members in our abundant entrepreneurs on the Facebook. I have another, let's say around I forgot the number, 1,500, around 1,500, just 1,500 members on LinkedIn. Together is about 4,000, right, members. but are still on third parties platform. If there's any technical issue or any kind of like a spam stuff, I could lose my community or lose all these people's contact, right? So like years of efforts could lose. So you don't want to play that kind of a dangerous game, right? You want to make sure that you get people's email address, get into your own system, okay? Either you, like, if you do not have any kind of online system, you just put people into an Excel file to keep their email address. Then you build up your list, okay? And eventually when you get some system, you can upload that Excel file into a system. So that's a way, okay, guys? That's a way to build organic things. And today, for example, I would encourage you, just today, let's help you. Think about what everything is like. Either maybe you do not have 100% of clarity of your funnel, but still think your niche. I mean, what you're good at. What's the area you think you can contribute some values? Think about something, okay? Something you can write down. You can write down in a Word document at least let's say at least 3 or 4 pages at least, okay? And that means like valuable, some things you can help people, and then turn that into a PDF file and create some name for it and focus on what problems you are helping people to solve. Ideally, and people from that title of your PDF, your lead magnet, okay, can call that fancy name. They can see who you are helping and what kind of problems you are helping, and even see the benefits, okay? That will be a great title. By the way, refer to our content creator who will share with you those great content like subjects, those titles, okay? You can refer to that immediately from our tool. Just DM me with your email address, okay? Or find the link under my comment. So you create that PDF file, create a great catching name, title of that PDF, and then now today go on your Facebook profile. You do not even need a community yet if you do not have it, okay? Not necessary. Get on your personal profile, post a post, and use, by the way, the best we use Facebook's default, let's say, default, how do you call that? Default picture or default format. Those colorful format, remember, use the default ones. Make your post catching. Do not just write a text message, right? Text message there without color is not catching. So you want to use the default format template, any colorful one, any template you like, and type in. Now you have this tool, and to help who, to solve what kind of problem, achieve what kind of benefits. Just like more elaboration from that tool's title, okay? And who wants it for free now? Okay, comment yes under my post. And then interest people may comment if your tool is very good, right, or very attractive. For example, maybe today I will put that like content creator. People just comment under my video, and then they say yes, and then I would send them. I will say comment back. I will say I just DM'd you with something like that, right? Or I ask them to send me your email address, right? Something like that. Just DM me your email address, then I will send that free copy to you. So simple. And even today you can connect maybe at least a few of interested people's email address. Okay, so you got it. That's for our today. It's just a simple hack to how to organically use a simple way without a system, with almost like nothing, to create something. Even though, by the way, here's the secret. Even though you do not have that PDF yet, right, or even do not have a great idea yet, just to get what could I contribute, right? Just get a title. Even without the PDF ready yet, okay? Do not, maybe that one will take you a few days. Just tell them this title, who, what problem I'm solving, and the benefits I'm giving you, right? You get that idea, and connect their email address first, and tell them that by this weekend I will send you the PDF. Today's Monday. You still have a few days, right? You just give them the certain days that you need to create that, and by what time you will get it, okay? And sometimes you could be honest, like I have this date I'm thinking about to put into a document. Do you want it? And if you're interested, comment yes, like that. So people understand it will take a few days to create them. And that's the best way, by the way, to create your offer, because that's, you get a motivation, right? You got momentum as well. You got to know all people are interested, and it's quick to test the market interest. If like nobody responds, maybe you change another way, okay? Change your words, change your idea, or maybe change your tool, or whatever. It's just like twist it and to see what's the response till you get people's response, and then you create it. That's the top secret for the offer creation, okay? We used to create offers with months, and some people even use years. My God, who has that kind of money to burn, right? Without really do any business. Okay, so that's a used to many entrepreneurs make that mistake. They want to be perfect, they want to be professional, they want to create everything and feel good that they are confident to present that offer to the market. But now all the masters, we will teach you that get the best, but first you need to clarify your niche. Okay, you understand your niche, you understand what kind of offer you could best serve them, and create that offer. Not a true complete offer, but it's the structure of the offer. I would say it's just like the marketing image of the offer. Okay, the title, even the picture of it, and like some bullets, 3 bullets of it. That's it. And then you share it to see people if they are interested, if they register, if they respond yes, then you create it. Okay, that save you tons of time, and basically you can test any idea every day. That means every day you can share something to create and just test the market interests. How efficient is that? Okay, so that's some of our hacks today, and I hope you get some great inspirations and aha moments. Feel free to comment under my video. Let me know if you or what specific like aha moments or inspirations you get, and what would you create today. I really want to know what you think is your niche, and what kind of like a free tool or free like need magnet you want to create just today. By the way, not all the thing. Remember, only the structure, only the marketing part, marketing image of your offer to provide. Okay, so but the key point is the goal is to get people, your ideal audience, get our potential dream customer. Okay, in their into your list, into your organic list, their email address into your list, so that you could continuously cultivate a relationship and eventually provide the offers to convert them, and eventually to really serve them and transform their lives, right? So that's our today's topic about build your organic list. All right, let me know if this is helpful to you. And by the way, I will keep my promise. I will share my content creator link, and also feel free to DM me with your email address with whatever questions you may have. I will be happy to answer you. Okay, have a wonderful Monday, and we will see you through this week to see what kind of a momentum you are creating. Okay, and by the way, this Thursday, yeah, normally Thursday I would do a live event, but because of this Thursday I'm traveling to Orlando with my daughter for events, and I want her to join, so I could not do the live event. And what's the compensation? Let me see, what could I do still create this momentum? So I will share with you my content creator, and let's say before I leave on Wednesday, maybe I will say, if you guys are interested, I could share some like live, maybe some new inspirations and through live video, not a formal one, but a spontaneous. But I will think about that. Now it's Monday, I still have 2 days to think about what kind of a live video, maybe briefer one. I could jump onto the camera, either on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook Live. I say what kind of values I could further contribute to you. Okay, so it's all about today's topic related organic traffic. We will see. Okay, I will share with you. Keep in touch. Let me know, and make sure that you will get our content creator to help you make your breakthroughs to master your content creation and publishing. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.